I'm back with a follow-up or update with my NACA home buying journey process. So, the last time I was here, I was letting you guys know I was pretty much starting the process. I attended the um, workshop, or the home buyers workshop, and I just attended my ATD event this past Sunday. And for those who don't know, the ATD event is the Achieve the Dream event, where you have your initial intake session. Now, with the pandemic going on, they're doing that everything remote, and they're kind of working intake sessions or meetings into that event. So if you're interested in starting NACA, you would have to apply or register for the ATD event in order to have your first initial intake session. Um, so, how did my day go? I got up on Sunday and I did get a text message really rather early. I was number like 456, and from reading reviews and watching other videos, I had already conditioned my mind to think that I was going to get a really late a really late session because of the number that I was on, that I was at 456, and because of everything that I was reading. And then I got a email from NACA stating that the same day of my ATD event that they work late into the night. So I was preparing myself to get a late phone call, or probably even not get a phone call and get rescheduled. That is absolutely not what happened. I got a text message about them working late into the night, and maybe about an hour later, I got a text message saying, hey, your counselor is about to give you a call within an hour. So I went ahead, logged onto my computer. Crazy thing is, I was out of town that morning and booked an extremely early flight just so I can make it back in time for this event, which worked out perfectly, because had I not, I would have missed it. My flight got in at about 10. My meeting started like around 12:30. So the stars was aligned for me. She called within an hour, gathered some information, and then we had to go on the Go to Meeting app that you will need to download. I did a webinar. I believe it was just like a simple informative webinar, and I forgot the name of it. I apologize, but we had to download the Go to Meeting, the Go to Webinar, I believe, which is totally different from the app that you'll need to have your intake session with your mortgage counselor. I had a little issue with that. But they will send you a link, and if you don't have it, they'll send you the link and you can download it, and it takes 5 minutes, and it's rather simple. They give you a code to put in, you put that code in, and they're either prepared or you're waiting for them to start the meeting. My mortgage counselor was actually really thorough. She wasn't in my area. I'm in Charlotte. She was in South Carolina, not too far, but so off the back, she let me know she was not my assigned MC, just my initial one for intake. And she was pretty thorough with answering questions, letting me know step by step what's next in my process. We came up with an action plan. I have no idea why everybody black out everything. Yeah, I think this is cool. I don't care. So this is my action plan, and this is what they'll give you your first intake session if you are not deemed ready. So I'm not ready for home ownership. It's cool though, because I got about 14 or 15 assignments, and I got half of them done. And today is Wednesday, and I haven't been consistently on it. Today's Wednesday. My ATD event intake session was on Sunday, and I got half of the action plan complete. Everything else is pretty much. I had a bunch of LOEs actually. I don't even have a lot to do, but I have participation. I have to participate. I have LOE. I have a LOE. LOE is a letter of explanation. They ask you for those if there's anything that might bring up a concern, and that's a late payment, that's multiple names, multiple addresses. What else would you have an LOE for? Anything that needs an explanation, pretty much, you will write a letter for. They want you to write a letter about any latenesses within the last 24 months. Um, what else we have here? I'm a New York native and I moved to North Carolina, so I have to write an LOE about all the addresses on my credit account. So, I mean my credit report. So my action plan was actually a bunch of explanations and participation. So with that being said, I want to follow up now because I can get all of this done ASAP. Um, During your initial intake at the ATD event, your mortgage counselor at the ATD event is supposed to forward you at least let you know. If she doesn't forward you the name and contact of your assigned mortgage counselor, they should at least just give you the name. I was given my mortgage counselor, my assigned mortgage counselor's name, phone number, and email. So after I did my meeting, I got my action plan. I got a bunch of questions answered. I looked at this ATD, started on it. I looked at this action plan, started on it, and seeing that it was really. I think the amount of things that I had to do initially was like, oh, I'm not ready. But once I read it, I said, oh, this is just like simple things. The following day was Monday, and they're not open, so I didn't do anything but a little bit of the action plan. But on Tuesday, yesterday, I actually reached out to my assigned mortgage counselor, and she answered the phone. Took a look at my account. She was seeing a few things that I did have on my action plan, and she was like, well, if you feel ready, we can go ahead and schedule your follow-up with me. So we got my follow-up scheduled. It's for next month. Hopefully my action plan has satisfied everything that because it says that I'm almost near home, ready for home ownership. Almost near ready for home ownership. So I'm gathering everything and uploading and keeping my web file up to date because I'm praying I can get qualified or sent off to underwriting next month when I meet my mortgage counselor, when I have a session with my mortgage counselor. Craziest thing in the world is I decided, because my lease is ending, I decided to extend it for half a year. I thought about going to stay with family members or stay with someone, try to lower my bills so I can save more money for the house. But then I thought that would affect my rental history. I didn't want to have a break in rental history and then try to figure that all out. So I said I would stay for 6 more months. Now, my meeting with, so today or tomorrow I will have to go to my leasing agent and sign a new lease. For 6 more months. My appointment next month is actually the 2 days before my lease officially ends. So everything with NACA is falling on days that falling on days prior to a few days prior to me having to make a big decision, which is nerve-wracking a bit, but I can deal with it. I'm not gonna make that a big problem. However, if I am qualified next month, I don't know, but I don't know where I would go with it because I would just be starting a 6-month lease. So I don't want to say I need a little time to NACA because NACA has nothing but time and they will give me more time than I actually need. But it's so weird. Like I don't want to break a lease. I don't want to lose a home. Hopefully though, hopefully though, with the time frame that I'm working with, that I do get qualified next month, and hopefully I can start on if I can get a new build, that would be perfect. But that, like the ideal scenario for me would to get qualified next month, find a lot that I love and build on it, and it'll take nothing but a few months to get this up and running, inspected, and ready for move in by the end of my lease. So I'm starting a new lease October 1st. April. So that gives me around April to bail out, to be ready to be out of here. Guys, I vowed to myself that I wouldn't make this a extremely stressful process. I just know it's going to have a bit of stress dealing with NACA and dealing with myself, honestly, in life situations. But so far, I have no complaints. I haven't witnessed any of the negative situations that I've heard about. I reached out to my mortgage counselor, and on the very first try, she answered the phone. My ATD event went just as planned, smooth as I could. I couldn't even imagine it would have went smoother than it did. Getting my documents to upload and the MCs to see it. I've even emailed in documents because while I was at my ATD event on the session with my mortgage counselor, I was trying to upload to my web file and she wasn't able to see it. So she gave me an email, which would be the word email, your NACA ID number, .NACA links, and that's LYNX.com. If you are unable to email anything, if you're unable to upload anything, you can email your documents to that email address and your documents will be uploaded to your web file. So that was pretty cool. And then I did that. I emailed on Monday, and when I spoke to my mortgage counselor on Tuesday, she was able to see the documents that I uploaded. So that was really helpful. And if you guys need another alternative to upload documents, it will be www.email.nacalinks.com. And as simple as that. So that's where I am now, guys. I'm actually making progress. I'm moving on. I'm moving forward. And I'm so excited. So next time I come to you guys will probably be in September. So I give you an update on my follow-up with my assigned MC. And hopefully I have great news for you then. Until then, take care, guys.